Marines fighting desperately in the final days of the Korean War are able to achieve victory thanks to a little horsepower. Now that should be a movie. Hello folks, C.W. Johnson Jr. here, and thank you for watching this short episode of That Should Be a Movie. Today's story from history, which I'd like to pitch as a movie, is Sergeant Reckless in the Korean War. The books I have consulted for this project include Sergeant Reckless, America's Warhorse by Robin L. Hutton from Regency History, which focuses on the entire life of Sergeant Reckless, including plenty of comedic situations and her post-war life in America. And Reckless, the racehorse who became a Marine Corps hero by Tom Clavin from New American Library, which includes so much human interest, including examples of the heroism of the Marines and soldiers in battle, and other anecdotes that if I included all the notes I took while reading it, then this post would be book length itself. Short pitch. It's called Reckless. It's a war drama in the tone of Warhorse, 2011, director Steven Spielberg. It's like Black Beauty meets Hamburger Hill, 1987, director John Irving. It follows committed Marine veteran Eric Penderson and a smart little red Mongolian mare named Reckless, as they keep the communist Chinese and North Koreans from giving their negotiators at the peace talks an upper hand by winning victories on the main line of resistance in the final days of the Korean War. Problems arise when the Chinese take major hills and both Penderson and Reckless are wounded. Together, their devotion and commitment to their mission and their comrades will see them through some of the toughest and bloodiest fighting of the Korean War. The idea came to me when watching an interview with veteran John King on the local news as he discussed being Reckless's babysitter. My unique approach is the humbly and comedic story of a smart and hungry little horse set against the epic scale, ferocious artillery battles and human carnage of the Korean War in its final days. A set piece would be when the battle becomes so intense that Penderson cannot spare Marines to take the wounded to the medical tent. So, when Reckless appears bearing her load of death, he has the wounded put on her back to be taken to live. She quickly adapts to her new assignment. Instead of immediately returning to the supply depot after dropping off her load of shells, she waits until a wounded leatherneck is placed on her back. When one Marine sees her emerging from the smoke, he thinks there's a guardian angel riding her. Her presence lifts the Marines' morale, and soon they all begin cheering her as she makes her way through the noise and confusion of battle. The target audience would be horse lovers, military buffs, and history students. I believe men and women ages 30 to 75 would be interested in the subject matter. Why would the story appeal to audiences? Because of the universal themes, devotion and commitment to the duty and comrades, but especially because of the heartwarming story of a bond that an animal can make with their humans. I know that Robin Hutton, author of Sergeant Reckless, America's Warhorse, wrote a screenplay about 10 years ago. However, Warhorse, directed by Steven Spielberg, came out about the same time, and producers would not touch the screenplay due to the inability to compete with a Spielberg movie. I believe it is high time for a movie about Sergeant Reckless and her Marine herd that honors all of our Korean War heroes and their fallen comrades. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what's a story from history that you think should be a movie.